What's up, people? In this video we're going to let's do this one, How to Find Your Niche on YouTube by Nimmin.
I'm going to tell you how to find your niche or niche on YouTube, and we're starting.
Yeah, so anyway, if you look at this guy's thumbnails, this is actually the guy who I got the idea, I copied his like thumbnail strategy for that like week where I had actually like professional looking thumbnails. I was just like, huh, what does this guy do? Because he makes all these videos on how to like tips for people who make videos on YouTube. So I just copied him basically, and it didn't really work so well. I mean, kind of worked for like one or two of the videos. Most of them did not work. Wondering if I should have just stuck with it. But anyway, I watch his videos from time to time to get some tips, and I know this has nothing to do with fitness, but I just feel like I need a little bit of a break from like what I eat in a day, fitness, blah blah blah. So anyway, we're gonna do this guy's video. If you guys have any recommendations for stuff that's like a little bit more interesting than like what I eat in a day and fucking all this like dumb eating disorder shit, let me know. Leave me a comment, please. And without further ado, let's watch this.
Right now. I'm Nick, welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to grow your channel, make videos, and all types of other YouTube related stuff, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. When it comes to finding your niche on YouTube, it's really important to factor in a handful of things, and those things are what we're going to be talking about in this video. The first being, why is it that you're on YouTube in the first place? And the reason that this is so important is because that's going to dictate everything else that we're going to be talking about. For example, if you are only wanting to just grow a big YouTube channel, well, in that situation, you're going to take a completely different approach than if you are just wanting to use YouTube as an additional income source of some kind. And if your goal is to turn YouTube into an income source of some kind, then your approach is going to be completely different than if you're using YouTube as a way to position yourself in some way professional. So if you know what you want first, then everything else that we're going to talk about in this video is going to be a lot easier for you. So let's start with your...
Oh, shit. Like, it's like sometimes, you know, I watched that and I was like, fuck, like, it made me like think to myself like, shit, I'm doing everything wrong. You know, like with my channel, it's like doing everything wrong. And there's this whole idea, you know, in the business world where you shouldn't listen to what other people say. Like anytime somebody says to you, oh, you can't do that, you should actually go and do it. And that's kind of what I'm doing with my channel, right? Like I upload like 6 videos a day. Oh, you're not supposed to do that. Oh, you're supposed to like upload this type of thumbnail. I'm not doing that either. You're supposed to like stick to one topic. Not doing that either. Like not doing anything right. I'm like going out of my way to do everything wrong, basically. Is it working for me? Kind of, sort of. I also don't, like I have all the goals. I want a big YouTube channel. I want an additional source of income. Like I'm just all over the place. And that brings me to my next point, which is that like when you know, a lot of people don't want to consume any sort of content that's personal development related or improvement related or really any sort of like learning related at all for an area in their life that they need to learn about. That needs work, their weaknesses, let's say, because they're worried that they will be hit with that same feeling that I got hit with just now, which is, oh shit, I've been doing everything wrong this entire time, and if I want to actually do things right and get a good result, I have to change all of this stuff, and that act of changing is going to be difficult for me and, you know, require effort and probably some pain. So definitely was the case with me. Just a side note, and then we'll resume this video. Back in the day when I wanted to like, I wanted to get better at pickup, it was like my transition out of the red pill world, right? I wanted to get better at pickup, but you know, I was done with the red pill stuff, and yet didn't want to watch any videos on pickup because I knew it would force me to think in a different way and force me to like consider doing things that I wouldn't normally do. Scary things, you know, like talking to strangers, really, as dumb as that sounds, but like, and I would kind of resist watching that type of content. Eventually I got over it, but even now, still sometimes I'm like, if I think about watching something that I know will ultimately be beneficial for me and will help me improve some area of my life, I'll like resist it. I'll be like, oh shit, like I know I should watch that, but like, it's just gonna make me feel bad that I'm not doing things right. So you kind of avoid it, and that's not the way you solve the problem. You know what I mean? It's not the way you get what you want. That's the way to keep what you have and stay in your specific type of misery.
with your interests. Is your topic sustainable? If you're vlogging, it's sustainable because life changes every single day. There's always something new, something fresh that's happening to keep people engaged, to keep you engaged, to keep the whole thing moving along. If you are making entertainment types of content, then in that case, that is also most likely sustainable as long as you can pass the test that I'm going to drop on you here in just a minute. But is the game that you're playing or the things that you talk about in your videos or the type of content that you make, is that something that you're going to be able to do for years to come and still be interested in it personally and still be able to make content about it? If the answer is yes, then in that situation, then that's one check in the box for yes, this niche is right for you. Now, there's also the side of being honest with yourself and saying, is this something that I really want to talk about for years? Because, you know, you want to be happy making content. That's the whole thing with being a content creator. It's fun, it's a pleasure, it's a joy, it's something that you like to do. If you think that topic or niche can hold your interest, then that's one more check in the box for yes, that's something that you want to pursue. Another thing that you want to do for sustainability, and this is where the test that I was talking about before comes in, is you want to make sure that you actually have ideas or that you can keep generating ideas for a long period of time on that specific topic or type of content that you want to make. What I recommend
Okay. Oh, fuck.
for this, and I know that it's painful, is to actually sit down with on your computer or a piece of paper, whatever it happens to be, and literally write out 100 video ideas so that you are solid for the next 100 videos. Or even if you don't make those videos, you still have 100 ideas proving to you that, hey, I can relatively easily come up with 100 ideas, which shows me that I can keep making videos about this in the future. If you can come up with those ideas, that's one more check in the box for yes, this particular niche is right for you. When finding or dedicating to a niche or niche, it's also important to factor in monetization. This is also...
Okay, before he gets into monetization, I think what he said just there is extremely important for anybody who's considering making videos on YouTube is the sustainability aspect of it. Sustainability, number one, is like the broad category, and within that broad category, it's like, is this relevant? Will it stay relevant? Are you interested in this? And will you actually enjoy making videos about this, right? I think I mentioned in the beginning of this video, but I was like, we're gonna do something different, some different stuff that's not fitness related, not eating disorder related, not food related, because to be honest with you guys, like, probably shouldn't say this because I feel like most of you, you know, I don't know, did you follow my channel? Like, do you watch my videos because like you want to see me gossip about these YouTubers, or because you're actually interested in fitness? I think maybe a little bit of both, right? But I think that like me personally, I don't like, and this is one of the reasons why I'm resisting like being a fitness person at all. Even though I know people want to know about it, I know like 98% of the population wishes they knew how to get in shape. They wish they knew about it. To me, it's so boring. It's really boring. I don't want to talk about it. I'm only talking about it because I know there's people that want to hear about it. I'd rather talk about other stuff like this. This is interesting to me. I'm happy to talk about this, or pickup, or I guess a little bit of fitness is okay, but you know, or like nootropics, or like my experiences in life. Like that's much more interesting for me to talk about. So it has to be something that you enjoy doing. And honestly, like the past few days, I've been doing videos that I want to do. No offense to anybody who gives me videos. Like, I'm not saying every video I've ever been given is bad, but like after the 20th what I eat in a day video by some random like YouTuber, it's like, why am I doing this? Actually, why? Like, you have to constantly reassess if you're enjoying what you're doing. And not just like, are you, you know, because everything requires work, and obviously the work itself, even though I think work is rewarding, the act of working is not always enjoyable, like eating ice cream is enjoyable, or whatever, some pleasurable act like that. The satisfaction you get afterwards of knowing, in my case, let's say that I've made 8 videos in a day, that's very satisfying. I feel like I've done something very good that day. But it's very important if you are considering starting a YouTube channel or you are making videos, you have to, like, sustainability really is number one with anything, with a relationship, with your job. Like, if you can only do it for a short period of time, you need to know that going in. And a YouTube channel, like, arguably, like, it needs to be a long-term goal.
So extremely important for sustainability, because if your channel gets wildly popular, and I'm rooting for you, by the way, I hope that everything goes amazing for you, and I hope that all of your YouTube dreams and all the stuff that you're trying to accomplish comes true for you. When that happens, you'll have the opportunity to make videos full-time, and when you're making videos full-time, well, you're gonna need money. To identify your chances of making good money in the particular niche that you're going into, what you wanna do is you wanna look at the average view counts of other big channels in that particular space. If those views are really high, then you might be okay on ads. However, if those views are not really high, then you're gonna have to use other methods like brand deals or creating your own products or any other of the different ways to monetize your videos on YouTube in order to monetize what it is that you're doing so that you can keep doing it. When researching for the niche and trying to figure out, hey, is this something I'm gonna be able to make money from so that I can sustain it long term, what you wanna do is you wanna go look at other creators that are doing well in that specific niche. You wanna figure out what exactly it is that they are going to monetize. Are they working with brands? Are they making their own stuff? Are they selling merch? Do they have a bunch of different things that they're doing that are all adding to the pile, which is making it sustainable for them? And when you're doing this, you really wanna dig in and say, okay, is this something that they're really making money from? If so, how are they making the money? How is the payment system set up? Like, how is this actually going together? And you wanna identify those things because you're probably gonna have to do something similar in the future. Let me rephrase that. You are going to need to know how they are making money so that when your channel does well, you're also going to be able to make sure that you can make money so that you can sustain that whole thing and do this full time if that's something you're at. or researching your niche or niche, it's also important to make sure that you look at all of the competition.
Okay, so again, like more evidence that I'm clearly doing everything wrong. Like, you know, at one point, like once you break one rule, as far as the quote unquote proper way you should do things, once you break one rule, it's much easier to break another rule, right? Like once I broke the rule of making videos that are not related to fitness, once I did that once, it's easy for me to do it again and again and again and again. And now this channel, like if I had a professional YouTube analyst like look at my channel, they'd be like, dude, you are all over the place. You've got these review videos, you've got some vlogs, you do live streams about random stuff. Like you are, like your channel art is wrong, like people don't know what to expect. Like why would anybody subscribe to you quickly? Like all your videos are like at least 15 minutes long. You don't have any short videos. Like you're doing everything, like almost like I'm trying to do everything wrong. But you know, and in terms of the monetization, you know, ad revenue is nice, not making so much from that. Super chat's also nice, not really dependable. In terms of like monetizing it in other ways, I don't know, sell t-shirts. Like I talk so much shit. I'm clearly not a consumer, even though, you know, like other than like fake Supreme t-shirts, clearly don't spend my money on anything other than like experiences. Can't really market other products. I don't know, it's just kind of a mess at this point. I'm really just like, this is so bad. I'm like, this video is supposed to be helpful. Meanwhile, I'm just like complaining about how I'm doing everything wrong. I don't know, just sticking with it, I guess, really. Just you have momentum. Like, I feel like sometimes being successful with something is continuing even though it's not clear to you immediately how things are going to work out, if they do work out. You just have to keep going, like just keep uploading. There's another person who makes videos on here called Video Influencers, and that's one of the things they said is just keep uploading. You know, like, okay, fine, this last video that you made, maybe the editing is not the best in the world, maybe like this is wrong with it, that's wrong with it, but just don't quit because you get discouraged or the views are down or whatever, right? Like I've had a drop in views in the past week, right? Let's say like my video's getting a third less views in the past week. I don't know why, right? It's discouraging to see that. Like all of a sudden, like, you know, instead of an average of like 200-300 views a day per video, now it's like 100, sometimes under 100 per video. Also putting out less videos per day because I want to bank for, you know, the future. For, I don't know, what if I leave? What if I go somewhere else? What, I want to do something that's going to require me to put my time towards something else other than this YouTube channel. I want a lot of videos in the bank, so I'm reducing the amount of videos that I create per day. Although now that I think about it, I should probably just produce more. You know, I probably spend, like, I've been here since, I don't know, 8:30, it's like 10:30 now. I think it's my 4th video. I had an issue with my computer, so wasn't able to make as many videos in that time span as I wanted to. I had to deal with that issue, but I don't know, maybe I should just make more. That was I took the volume approach, clearly. And now that I reduced the volume, interestingly enough, videos are not doing as well. Strange, but I don't know, whatever.
With that said, I do want to make a disclaimer and say that I do believe that every creator is unique in their own way, and just by being you, it's something that helps you stand out on YouTube. However, it can be helpful if you explore a specific niche and you find out that it's not very competitive. Then it's like, hey, I've got all of this open space to work within. I'm going to be an innovator in this specific niche. But if it is extremely competitive, here's what you need to do. Look for big channels in that niche, and you probably already know who they are, but look for big channels in that niche, and then you want to look at the types of topics or the types of titles that they're using for their videos, and then you want to go search for those titles. Then the search results are going to give you other channels that you probably were not familiar with, and then what you want to do is you want to open them and you want to research them as well, all different channel sizes. And then you got to do the difficult thing of taking a really hard look at yourself in the mirror and being honest with yourself and saying, can I compete with them at the level that they are at? This means production quality, thumbnails, how they edit their videos, their presentation, all of it. If the answer is yes, put another check in that box for, yeah, this is a good niche for me. But if the answer is no, you got to ask yourself another question. And that question is, do I think that I can dedicate myself to getting to that level within a reasonable amount of time? If the answer is yes.
Okay, so again, another area where like, I don't want to say I'm doing things wrong, but like I kind of am, you know, like does anybody else do these types of videos where we actually like, okay, this is a reaction video technically, right? But is there anybody else out there who will watch a video at 1.5, 2 times speed? I'm gonna speed this up a little bit, by the way. Who will watch the entire video, stop it every minute or two and comment on it? Thank you. Is there anybody who's even doing this, really, in a variety of niches? Like, who would I even compare myself to, right? I guess like the one other reaction video person that I know is Cody Ko. I think he does reaction videos. He's very popular. Not like this at all. He'll like piece together clips and like is much more popular for some reason. I don't know. It's like the fake Supreme shirt isn't winning over the kids these days. I also know nothing about him, how long he's been in the game or whatever, but you know, like who am I even supposed to compare myself to? Like who am I supposed to see? Like, is this a fitness channel? Is this a vlog channel? Is this a review video channel? Is this a food channel? Is this an eating disorder channel? Is this a like now like lately like ex-con YouTuber channel? Review video channel? You know? I remember I went to this this digital nomad conference in February. Was that this year? Yeah, February of this year. And there was a girl there. I want to say she was like, I don't know if she was Lithuanian or Latvian, from like one of these like Baltic countries with like 5 million people or something. Whatever. Anyway, some small country. I don't remember which one. But some of the advice that she gave is like, don't pick a big market. Don't pick the English market. If you speak another language, do whatever it is you were going to do, whatever business you were going to do, but do it in that market. Dominate a small market if you have, you know, like adequate knowledge. And I thought about that because I speak Hebrew, right? And this was back when, it's like February. So I'd really only kind of like been doing the YouTube seriously again for like 3 months. And I was like, you know what? It would be easy for me now to start another channel in Hebrew, right? And do like, my idea was to do digital marketing in Hebrew. Just before like I got burnt out on digital marketing. That was my idea. Ended up not doing it. Like how many Israelis even are there? How many people who speak Hebrew really are there? 8 million, maybe? 9 million? 10 million, let's say? Let's say 10 million. It's not a lot. How many of those people are interested in digital marketing? Like making money online? Not a lot, you know? That's a really small market. Anyway, this girl seemed to do well, and her population who spoke her language was also around the same as Israel, so it's kind of what got me thinking. Obviously, didn't take that route, but food for thought.
Good. Check. If the answer is no, and it's like, hey, it's going to take me a long time to get to where they're at in that particular situation, then you have to say, okay, am I willing to put in that time and kind of wait it out while I'm getting used to doing all this stuff? Or should I explore another niche? And again, remember at the beginning when I was talking about how important it is to know what it is that you want, this is where that comes in. Because if it's like, hey, this is something I really want, then in that particular case, then you have to dedicate yourself to leveling up your skill set if you're not there yet. Whereas if it's kind of like well, you know, I'm just kind of doing this for fun, I don't really care that much or whatever, then it doesn't really matter and you can go into any niche that you want. So now let's talk about that why and get down to the nitty gritty. And part of that is making sure that you are going into the right niche for what it is that you're actually trying to accomplish. For example, my why is to empower content creators, or you, with the tools, resources, and information you need to thrive here on YouTube and with video online in general. I want to give you enough information that you can apply to what it is that you're doing so that you can create a positive impact in your life through the content that you create, and so that you can also create a positive impact on others through the content that you create. And of course, I also want to drive traffic to my website and create an additional income through affiliate marketing and my own products and things like that. And being in this niche, making this content for you helps me fulfill all of those things. So when it comes to your why, really think it out. And there's not like a right or a wrong answer. It doesn't matter what somebody else thinks about it. It's you.
So this guy's obviously a pro, like clearly a pro, clearly has his head screwed on properly and like is doing things right, from the thumbnails to like scripting his videos to like offering good advice, right? He's not like sitting down doing ad-libbing off the cuff, you know, 8 videos a day. I don't know, maybe he does multiple videos per day. A lot of people do, just so they can bank them. Whatever. Anyway, the point is that like he's clearly organized, right? I like him. I like his videos. It's honestly, this video is making me question my strategy, which from the beginning I've pretty much known that it's probably not the best strategy, like spam videos and just hope one of them gets popular and then all the other ones will kind of by default also get more popular. Not the best strategy. You should probably put a little bit more thought into it. But coming to Vietnam, I've been here maybe a week and a half, and I've been pretty consistent with creating videos, right? But my goal was like, what I was thinking is like, okay, I've got a visa for 3 months, right? I'm gonna basically make, my idea was make 5 videos a day, average of 5 videos a day in these 3 months. And at the end of it, I would have an additional 450 videos on my channel, which, you know, every video will trickle in the views here and there. And my idea was like, okay, if I'm making full-time income from the ad revenue at the end of those 3 months, then I'll continue. And if not, then I, you know, will have to like not have to find something else, but it's like, how much more time and energy do I really want to put into doing this full time every single day if not only are the results like unclear, but they're very slow and unpredictable, right? It's like, and to be fair, I am making progress. I am getting more subscribers. The views are going up. The average views are going up. The money is going up. Everything is going up. So I guess I could assume that if things continue along their same path, I will be in a good position at the end of these 3 months. But I'm comparing that option to, let's say I take these 3 months and I only publish 1 video a day, but I still create 5, 6, 7, 8 videos a day. And I essentially bank them, because if I create 400, let's say 450 videos, 400, let's say, and I only release 1 per day, that's over a year. That's not a year and a half. That's like, what is that? 15 months worth of videos on a channel that's going automatically. And then anything I do in addition to that is kind of a bonus, right? And again, you know, the views will trickle in, right? Like maybe the additional consistency of only putting out 1 video a day and not overloading people with content, and you know, giving people a nice like 20, 30, 40, 15 minute whatever video to watch per day. Maybe that will also, there's some advantages to that like making, you know, putting out 6 videos a day does not have. Could make that argument. That might be worth testing. It's making me wonder, like, which is the better choice. If you have an idea, leave me a comment, let me know. I should also start doing that, like asking people to leave me a specific comment. I used to do that with the Japan videos. Anyway, yeah.
It's a personal thing. Like, really sit down and think about, what is it I'm trying to accomplish? 5 years from now, what's this look like for me? Where am I in all of this in 5 years? Like, why am I doing this? And the reason that this is important is because getting into the wrong niche that doesn't serve your purpose or doesn't serve your why is going to end up being a huge waste of your time, which is a huge mistake. To avoid other mistakes that YouTubers commonly make, click on this video right now. It's an entire video about mistakes that YouTubers make so that you can avoid them. And to learn more about growing your channel.
So I watch a ton of this guy's videos. I love this guy's videos. If you have any desire at all to start a YouTube channel, definitely check him out. I've gotten a lot of good advice from him, and also another channel that I mentioned earlier called Video Influencers. Very good. If you make videos, you need to watch stuff like this. I've learned a lot from them. That said, maybe I'll even reach out to this guy. Seems like he'll be pretty responsive. Let's ask him this question. Hey Nick, love your videos, and after this one I realized that I am doing everything wrong. I have no niche, my channel is all over the place. I upload 5 to 6 videos per day, and I make them about a broad range of topics. In short, it's almost like I'm doing everything wrong on purpose. That said, what I do have going for me is that what I'm doing is sustainable, in that it's fun for me to make videos about whatever I want. But I think the problem is that it will ultimately slow my growth and prevent my channel / videos from getting super popular and therefore making lots of money, or any money, because people won't know what to expect from me and or my channel. God, copy makes me so smart. He might read this. I don't know. Hopefully he will. I want to be like, can you look at my channel and help me, please? But like, how many people ask him for that, right? I'm sure a lot of people do. Whatever. Anyway, yeah. Honestly, like, don't take my advice. Like, who am I to really offer anybody any advice? But in my opinion, which, take it for what it's worth, with my paltry 1,946 subscribers, sustainability is the most important thing, right? If you have somebody who makes videos for 5 years, I would give that person an advantage, and enjoys making them, and it's a pleasure for them to make them. I would say that person has an advantage over somebody who makes them for 3 months or something, obviously, and like hates doing it, but puts a lot of effort into it. And obviously there's more than 2 options, blah, 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 but like, whatever. Anyway, yeah, what did you guys think about that? What should I do? Tell me what to do. I don't want to think for myself anymore. Okay, if you guys have any suggestions for non-eating disorder / fitness videos, let me know. Peace.